Welcome to the channel. This is Coach Charles on the Soccer Benchmark. Now, the Premier League is here with us. The weekend is here. Hot games are up, aligned for the weekend. And we are looking at the top guys in the league competing and fighting for those precious 3 points. Who's going to win? Who's going to lose? Who's going to draw? That is something that you have to look out for. Now, today I'm giving an extra bonus for this channel, whereby we are giving at least 2.5 in odds. If you put your money in it, I can assure you that it is something worth trying. It is not definite, but look at it and tell me if you think you can double your money with the odds that are provided. And that will happen at the very tail end of this video. If you're not subscribed to this channel is growing day by day, brick by brick, and we are looking forward to providing much more. Not only the information, but also opportunity for you to double your money. And that is something that will be happening for every weekend games or midweek previews that we are going to be doing. The Premier League is back. The weekend is here, and Arsenal are away at St. James Park, Newcastle United. This is a game that is going to be tough on both teams. But Arsenal, I think, over the years have been very strong against Newcastle United. They've done really well against Newcastle United. So I don't think there's something to fear. But it's a league game. It's a Premier League. And every team is looking strong. And Arsenal also looks very strong. However, if you look at the Arsenal playing unit, there's a lot of injuries that have really devastated Arsenal in the past few days. The Liverpool game, we saw a lot of changes on the back line. I think that is why Arteta bought so many defenders, because he's able to gamble around those defenders and get a right fix. Now, Saka is back. You saw he fired a goal, a beauty of a goal. And this player is just a world beater. Any team, Saka will fit in 100%. I don't think there's a team in Europe where Saka cannot get in there and be in the first 11. However, Odegaard is still missing, Calafiori is missing, Tomiyasu is missing, Tierney is missing. But good news, Gabriel, I think it was a knock on his side. He may be back in this game. Arteta just confirmed that if he trains today, because yesterday I think he had a training session, if he manages to get through the training of today, Gabriel will be in the team. Now, Arsenal does not really require another draw or another loss. They need to win because they are already 5 points behind Manchester City. That Arab-oiled team is already 5 points ahead. And Liverpool are hot behind them, 4 points ahead of Arsenal. So I don't think there's room for error, according to Mikel Arteta. He has to get the 3 points, and he has to start getting them from now henceforth consistently until the end of the season. Because if he doesn't achieve the league this season, Arsenal will look at this season as a failure. So they've scored 17 goals. They have conceded 10. That is a healthy goal difference. So I don't think this is something that Arsenal really need to worry about. The goal scoring is being done. However, it is the 3 points that they need. So who's going to win? My money is on Arsenal to win this game. Not convincingly, but they'll scrap through. Man City, on the other hand, host a very stubborn Bournemouth. This is a team that can really play good football. You saw after Arsenal were reduced to 10 men, they were very good on the ball. They possessed, they passed, they used the channels, they pressed, they used some counter in the process, and they got their 2 goals. They were deserving winners in that game, albeit against a 10-man Arsenal. Now, I don't think Manchester City will give them such a luxury of a red card. Manchester City tend to play clean football, where you rarely see a player red carded, because they possess the ball most of the time. They're always in control of the game. So teams that tend to get red card, I think sometimes it's just about that control that misses. But Manchester City has always been in control. Pep Guardiola teams never lose control of the game. Rarely do they. More so in this Premier League, where they have dominated 4 leagues in a row. I don't think this Bournemouth team is going to really bother them. However, they have a lot of injuries in their ranks. Walker is out, Doku is out, Grealish is out, Bob is out, and Rodri is out. These are players that are really integral to Manchester City. They also have some doubt in Gvardiol, Akanji, and Savio. These are players that are being observed to see whether they'll be able to fit. So it is not a strong Manchester City per se. The fact that they don't have Rodri and De Bruyne is also not 100% ready to join this game. I don't think Manchester City is 100% strong. Erling Haaland is not firing as we expect. For those who like fantasy football like me, he's not been giving us very good points. However, this is Haaland we're talking about. This guy can wake up in the morning and score 10 goals. So you cannot risk having him in your fantasy team. I believe that City will be very strong for Bournemouth, albeit against a Bournemouth team that has been firing of late. So I'm looking at a City winning, a very narrow win for City. That is something that will happen. But Bournemouth will give them a run for their money. Because if you look at what Bournemouth are doing, they're 11th in the league. They have 0 goal difference, meaning they're scoring as much as they are conceding. The win against Arsenal really boosted them. In the last 5, they've won 2, they've drawn 1 and lost 3. So this is a balanced team that I feel will be able to give Man City a run for their money. In the end, City should come out winners. Slot Liverpool host Brighton and Hove Albion. Someone once joked that when you play Brighton, it's like you're playing 2 teams. And most of Manchester United tend to lose to Brighton because they're always playing 2 teams. And that is something that is always funny. Liverpool have won all their games at home except that slip against Nottingham Forest. So this is a team that is well oiled. And they are facing a team that they've just beaten 3-2 in the Carabao Cup just the Wednesday that has passed. So I don't think Liverpool will be really worried in this game because they rested most of their big guns. Salah will be back. I think Nunes will be playing, will be having the Argentine World Cup winner in the middle of the pack, McAllister, they'll have Van Dijk back. They'll have big boys, big guns will be back. So I don't think this worry Liverpool. However, Brighton have Welbeck in their ranks, and Welbeck has been scoring for fun of late. And this is a player that is experienced. He really knows how to suck defenders, giving room for the attackers to occupy the spaces that he leaves. So you can see this is a game that is not going to be a straightforward win for Liverpool. And this team tends to possess the ball. They are good at passing. They play in the pockets. They're also good at. They have dribblers. They have runners. They have good defenders. So it is going to be a game that Liverpool also has to really work hard to be able to win. So Liverpool has Jota out, he has Becker out, Elliott and Chiesa. These are players who are not going to participate completely. However, Bradley and Minte are out for both teams. Minte for Brighton and Bradley for Liverpool. Webster, March, Milner, O'Reilly, those are players that are out for Brighton. So Liverpool are second, 1 point behind City, and they know if they win this game, they'll be keeping that 1 point gap intact, and they don't want to let Man City disappear too far away. So the last 4 encounters, Brighton has really given Liverpool a lot of headache. They've won 1, they draw 1, and lost 1. So you can see they are not an easy team for Liverpool. Brighton away, they have won 3 on the road, draw 1, lost 1. So this is a team that is well planned. So Liverpool should not take them lightly. But I see Liverpool winning this game to be a high-scoring game. Another 3-2, don't be surprised. But my money is on Liverpool to be able to win this game. Another tough encounter is between Spurs and Aston Villa. Now, what is wrong with Spurs? These guys can beat Westham 4-1 and lose to Crystal Palace 1-0. Just imagine that. That is such an oscillation that needs to be arrested by the coach, because Tottenham is a very good team. They can kill you with the press. They can kill you with the high line. In fact, these guys, when they start scoring against you, you should be ready to run out of town because they can really pump goals into you. But their goal threats is basically Son and Maddison, because these are the 2 players who have 5 goals combined. Son 3 and Maddison 2. But Maddison is such a good assist giver. If you look at what Kulusevski brings to the team, that boy is really good. Johnson has been on the score sheet for some time now, but this is a game that is going to be well balanced. Aston Villa is not a pushover. I think they'll make it very hard for Tottenham. They have 0 injuries. These teams really only Tottenham have knocks on Van der Ven, Spence, and Son, but I don't think these are big issues. They'll be back in this particular game. So this is a game that is well balanced. Last 4, I think the teams have been doing equally balanced, but Aston Villa are very good on the road. They are very good on the road, and wins against AC Milan, wins against Bayern, and in the Champions League the other day. I think those are wins that really have pushed Villa into another level altogether. So it's not going to be an easy game. This game, if it is not a high-scoring game, it's going to be a draw for me. This is a draw that I pick out because I don't see how these two teams will let points just disappear like that. Now, for a betting man, my money is on Ipswich and Leicester. This will be a goal. And another game that I'm tipping for a very good 1.75 odds. That is Monza against AC Milan of Italy. That is a game that AC Milan will win comfortably. I don't see them losing to Monza because they've slipped a bit, so they really need to get back on the road. So if you're a betting man, a goal between Ipswich and Leicester and a win for AC Milan, that is something that I can assure you will give you an odd of 2.8, and that is a double your money kind of a situation. So Ipswich versus Leicester, this will be a goal game, and I see Ipswich and Leicester drawing in this game. Nottingham will beat Westham. That is just my feeling because Nottingham have been really strong of late. Southampton versus Everton is a very cagey kind of game, but Everton has been getting these points done. If you look at the team for Russell Martin, he's been conceding losing games in the very last minute of games. So I don't think Everton will give them that luxury of winning. So I see my money will be on Everton. Wolves Palace. Wolves finally will get their 3 points. This one I can assure you because Palace is not predictable. You can't tell what they're gonna do the next day. So Wolves, I think they are ready for their first point. Fulham Brentford. This is a draw basically. If you look at these two teams, they are equally balanced. The playing unit, the scoring and everything, they are almost on equal par. So I'm giving a draw for this particular game. That is just my opinion. So if you think you have a better opinion, you let me know. Now, there is a preview for Manchester United against Chelsea, and that is a big one. Ruud van Nistelrooy's second game and the first one in the Premier League. That will come after this particular video on the Premier League weekend fixture. Thank you for watching, and don't miss out on the money. 2.8 or 2.5 or double your money. That is a situation that you need to take up. I'm Coach Charles on the Soccer Benchmark. If you've not subscribed, this is your moment. Take a minute, click on the subscribe button, give me a like, share, and let's play football with some odds neat.